In 1974, the first black model appeared on the cover of the American Vogue magazine. The name of this 21-year-old girl was Beverly Johnson. She has gone down in history and become an iconic figure in the fashion world. Almost 50 years have passed since then. When you see how Beverly Johnson looks today, you will be shocked, because she has not changed much and is still as beautiful as in her youth. Keep watching, this is Wow Channel. In the 70s, blue-eyed blondes were considered the ideal beauty in the American fashion industry. Women of color in those days rarely appeared on advertising posters and magazine covers. Because Western beauty standards were dominated by racism and colorism, the situation began to change when, in 1974, a black model, 21-year-old Beverly Johnson, appeared on the cover of the American Vogue magazine for the first time in history. It became a landmark moment. Thanks to this, more and more people began to realize that a beautiful woman can be of any color. Beverly Johnson was an ordinary American girl from New York. She grew up in a middle-class family. Her father was a steel laborer. Her mother was a nurse. The girl never dreamed of becoming a model or actress because she was a quiet introvert. Beverly was seriously engaged in swimming and participated in competitions. She also aspired to become a lawyer. After high school, Johnson went on to study criminal justice at Northeastern University. During the holidays, she worked in a fashion boutique in Buffalo. Once there, she was noticed by a fashion manager who invited her to audition for the role of a model. At first, this idea seemed absurd to an 18-year-old girl, but then she decided to call the number that the manager gave her. Soon, Beverly Johnson signed her first modeling contract with Glamour magazine. It was an incredible stroke of luck that completely changed her life. The girl was incredibly beautiful and photogenic. However, in the 70s, black models had a hard time because there were not any black makeup artists or hairdressers, so the team really didn't know how to manage her hair. And as far as makeup goes, there were not many foundations made for people of color. The photographer's shot also didn't have a spectrum color for people of color. It was an industry that was tailored around the white, blue-eyed blonde woman that was the American ideal of beauty at the time, she said in an interview to Vogue. However, despite some difficulties, Beverly Johnson's modeling career developed rapidly. She starred for many fashion magazines, appeared on the cover of Glamour magazine, and traveled a lot around the world. But her biggest achievement came only 2 years after the start of her career. In 1974, she appeared on the cover of Vogue magazine. In the modeling world, it's like winning an Oscar. Thanks to this, she went down in history because her appearance on the cover changed the beauty ideal in US fashion, and by 1975, every major American fashion designer had begun using African American models. In total, Beverly Johnson has appeared on the covers of more than 500 magazines throughout her career. At the peak of her popularity, she was considered a top model. She also appeared in 14 films and 19 television shows, many of which she played herself. In 1979, she released her music album. However, for most people, her name has always been associated primarily with beauty. Johnson has written 2 books on how to be beautiful and healthy, and her advice is worth listening to. Because the years went by and Beverly Johnson didn't change at all, it looks like she managed to stop time. Despite the rare beauty, Beverly Johnson was unhappy in her personal life. Her first marriage to real estate agent Billy Potter lasted only 3 years. With her second husband, businessman and music producer Danny Sims, she divorced a year after the wedding. In this relationship, they had a daughter, Anansa Sims. Johnson was also in a 5-year relationship with actor Chris North. However, they separated with a big scandal. She accused him of physical and verbal abuse. Another big scandal in Johnson's life occurred in 2014 when she accused the popular actor Bill Cosby of putting an unknown substance in her coffee, after which she was intoxicated. The model stated that this happened back in the 80s during their meeting at his residence in Manhattan. She believes that Cosby wanted to have intimacy with her, but this didn't happen as she managed to escape. However, the man denied all charges and filed a lawsuit against her. It's hard to believe that today Beverly Johnson is 70 years old and she still looks beautiful, almost like in her youth. Slim figure, smooth skin without wrinkles, perfect styling and makeup, she is still a style icon and continues to lead an active social life, appearing on TV shows and at social events. So just what is the secret of her age-defying looks? Avocado oil, says the supermodel with a laugh. I use organic avocado oil everywhere. I mean everywhere, that's my fountain of youth. She explains that avocado oil combined with antioxidant vitamin oils and squalane, which combined promote hydrated, healthy and smooth skin. Johnson carefully cares for her face, eats healthy food and does fitness. These are her main secrets of youth, about which she talks so much. But another secret of her youth is love. It seems that now she has finally found her ideal man. In 2020, when she was 67 years old, she got engaged to financier Brian Melian. The model spoke about her relationship in an interview with People magazine. Just finding the love of my life at this point in my life has been amazing, she said. This is the first time I've dated someone so close to my age. We know the same songs and we've lived through a lot of the same things. They have a lot in common. As I was breaking boundaries in the fashion industry, he was doing the same on Wall Street, said the beauty. After they became engaged, Johnson says, laughing, I was like, how the heck did that happen? I was saying I'm never going to get married again. In 2023, Johnson appeared with her fiancé at the Palm Springs International Film Awards. They looked like the perfect couple. Beverly Johnson continues to amaze and inspire people. She will marry for the third time when she is over 70. Her story proves that a woman of any age can find love and be happy in her personal life. The model also continues to fight for the rights of black people. She believes that in the fashion, beauty and media industry, at least 2 black professionals should be interviewed for influential positions. She voiced her proposal in an article in the Washington Post and called it the Beverly Johnson Rule. Beverly Johnson also openly talks in the media about how she survived menopause. She believes that women should not be ashamed of age-related changes in their body, so she shares her experience. Over time, she found balance with healthy foods, exercise, and mostly with hormone therapy. She prefers low-fat and low-sugar meals and does Kegels exercises to tighten the pelvic floor. That is why at 70 years old she remains a role model for many women. What do you think is the main secret of her youth? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me, to click like and to subscribe. See you next time.